In the last video, we talked about how to be able to thoughtfully disagree with somebody, especially when we're talking about topics and questions that are just unclear, they're sticky, we don't necessarily know that we have cohesion around them, or there's one right answer. And what I want to talk about in this video is how I've been trying to at least go about doing that. So I think that there's two different views and two different realities that we need to try to navigate. We need to be assertive. We need to be bold in what we share and offer our perspectives to somebody else. I think we can't really pull any punches and be fearful of what the other person is going to think or say. But we also need to be open-minded and realize that by itself, our own perspective is really woefully inadequate in terms of understanding the complete picture. So most of the time, the truth lies between the two views. So we need to understand how to navigate that. Certainly that is difficult, but I'm going to talk to you about what it is, again, what I've been trying to do in order to hopefully do this better. Okay, so the first thing that I need to do is be prepared. Prior to the conversation, I need to be telling myself and thinking about how do I go from I know I'm right to how do I know I'm right, and present myself with some curiosity and humility, which is not necessarily always easy for me. The second thing I want to do is pay attention to my gut. If I'm feeling like there's some increased tension or some anger building up inside, I need to slow it down, stop, reset, and try again. The third thing is to pay attention to my voice and my tone. If you ask Sonny, that's not always necessarily easy for me either. My tone can be sharp and direct sometimes, and certainly not everyone responds that way. So if I'm feeling like I'm getting loud or talking too fast or otherwise just being a jerk, I need to stop, take a breath, and reset. That leads me to number 4 is breathe. If I could just take some big belly breaths and be thankful for the fact that I have somebody that I really care about and that cares about me and I can have challenging conversations with, that's huge, and that can just help me reframe, be grateful, and shift my mindset. Number 5 is pivot when necessary. Sometimes you just hit a stalemate, and if you can't shift the conversation and present yourself in a different manner, you're just not going to be able to proceed. So sometimes you got to just be agile, nimble, and pivot. And then the last thing, number 6, is to shelf when necessary. I think that we've all been there. We've had conversations where we know that if we continue down the road we're on, there's nothing going to be productive that comes out of it. So sometimes we got to put it on the shelf, but we've got to agree to come back to it later and continue to move forward in a direction together and push through to results. So I'm hoping this has been helpful. It's certainly helpful for me to just chew on these things and think about these things, because I really think that they apply in every aspect of our lives, whether it's home, kids, family, work, how we relate to our bosses, coworkers, etc. I think it's just applicable across the board. I'm hoping that you're finding it helpful too.